5 officials from Nairobi County's City Hall are on the radar of EACC over allegations of corruption. This follows the President's directive to fight corruption and ensure reforms at the government offices. Detectives attached to Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC have trailed their guns on at least 5 City Hall officials domiciled under the Health Department in connection to an alleged fake licensing syndicate of food hygiene, food handling, and medical licensing certificates running into millions of shillings. Investigations by the informer have established. It is believed the well-orchestrated fraud scheme is being masterminded by insiders and unscrupulous accomplices from outside. The fake documents bearing the county logo and superimposed authorization signatures are said to be generated at a photocopy outlet and a cyber cafe situated around the City Hall. At least 2 were arrested 2 months ago by EACC sleuths. However, a parallel fraud syndicate said to be generating and issuing fake permits for food hygiene and food handling, regulated under the Public Health Act Cap 242 Section 13 of the laws of Kenya, is yet to be unearthed. Another insider disclosed that in some instances, traders, notably those operating eateries, restaurants, supermarkets, and eating houses, are requested to underpay the required amount at the bank of more than half. Then they are facilitated to get the permits with half of the remaining amount is paid in cash to the rogue officials. However, speaking exclusively to the informer in her office yesterday, head of Environmental Health Division under the Department of Public Health and formerly domiciled under the defunct Nairobi Metropolitan Services NMS, Margaret Sunguti vehemently denied the assertions, saying they have no recorded case of such malpractices under her watch for the last 2 years. In instances where traders underpay, Sunguti told the informer she attaches a sticky note to have the balance settled and sends back the application form to room 357 at the main City Hall building to have the payment made in full before the certificates and permits are processed. In May this year, our investigations unearthed a similar syndicate involving a web of cartel running the Nairobi County Housing and Planning Department, officials from the Ministry of Transport, Housing Infrastructure and Public Works, Building Inspectorate, Nairobi City Water and Sewerage Company, alongside the accomplices from the National Environment Management Authority NEMA, minting millions to shield illegal developers while exposing tens of lives and their property to grave danger. The officials are said to have irregularly facilitated illegal approvals of Story City skyscraper built on a sewer line, Electronic Digital Center, towering commercial building along Luthuli Avenue within the Nairobi Central Business District CBD, and which is fully occupied to the top floor, has a free-flowing sewer line underneath. At the ground floor of the building, which is a potential scene of crime awaiting to happen, well-concealed gazing manhole covers with the openings large enough for a person to pass through can be mistaken for emergency underground escape access vault where raw sewer runs through. According to tenants who operate business premises within the building, raw sewer spills over the manhole covers during the rainy season due to constant blockages of sewer line beneath. The owner of the building is said to have mastered the notoriety of bribing government officials to construct buildings without proper structural approvals or manipulating the approved plans in the course of the construction, and is said to own another condemned building in downtown Nyamakima. The defunct Nairobi Metropolitan Services NMS have planned a structural audit of private, commercial and residential buildings in city, in which at least 600 condemned structures set for demolition. In the past, a report by a task force and a team of investigators formed to undertake forensic investigations into at least 200 buildings whose construction approvals were deemed questionable revealed a total of 400 buildings out of the audited 3,914 buildings in Huruma alone have failed structural tests and thus should be demolished. The rot at the Nairobi County City Hall has been brought in broad daylight, and now what awaits is completion of investigations into the matter, so as the 5 officials accused can be brought to account. Stanley Lugaria, the informer, uncovering the truth.